Boys, UFC 308 is just around the corner, and we're going to do a quick tier list. We've been doing this for the past few fight cards now, and pretty much we're going to go through every single fight on that card and rank them from best to worst. There can only be one best fight on this whole card, and there can only be one worst. In the middle, you see we have good, mid, and bad. Pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, we have every single fight on here. I don't know if I'm recording this a little bit ahead of time, so fingers crossed there's no changes in the bout order. There's no changes in the fights. No one pulls out. There's no canceled fights, but let's begin this video. It's not in bout order. It's just completely random. First off, Ismail Nurandayev taking on Bruno Silva. I think this is a pretty mid fight. You know, someone who's on like a 4-fight losing streak, fighting someone who hasn't been like active in 4 years. Pretty mid fight. You know, there's arguments to be made that it's gonna be bad, but I think a lot of these fights are gonna deliver on this card. But for right now, you know, maybe we'll do some fine tunings at the end of the video, but right now we'll put it at a bad fight. I don't know how it can be that great, you know, from all the things I listed. 4 years off versus a guy in a huge losing streak. I mean, if you're losing to Chris Weidman at this point, I don't even really know what to say, regardless of the eye poke. Let's go down. Another good fight on this card. Mateusz Rebecki taking on Mayabek Orobai. I've been saying it for a while. I think Orobai is going to be a problem in this lightweight division. I could see him easily being a top 15 fighter. I can see him be a title contender. I think this is going to be a fun fight. It's always fun having Uga Buga on the card. This caveman looking ass going to have some pretty fun, entertaining scrambles, scraps here and there. I think this is going to be a good fight. One of the fights on this card that I'm looking forward to the most. Let's keep moving down. Sharabullet versus Armen Petrosyan. This is a mid fight. Let's be like, I haven't been very impressed with the past few Sharabullet fights. I'm not going to lie. And to be honest, I think this is going to be a very mid fight. I think this is a very even fight as well, but I think it's going to be mid. Yes, Sharabullet can be fast, dynamic, and an entertaining striker. I don't know. I think he got cursed with having the UFC fan base give this guy way too much hype, because we have him so high on a pedestal where we think he's going to be this amazing striker, where realistically he is pretty mid. But I don't know, maybe I'm dogging this guy too much. I'm putting it at mid right now. Let's keep moving on. Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. I think it's going to be a really fun featherweight fight, a good scrap. You know, Dan Ige very rarely in any boring fights, and very rarely is he ever in a fight where he's completely outclassed. It's always close fights with Dan Ige, 50-50 type of matchup. I'm hoping Dan Ige pulls it off, but I think Lerone Murphy is going to get this one done. I'm praying that Dan Ige can get it done. You know, we all love some Dan Ige, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. Probably going to put it ahead of Uga Buga, if I'm going to be honest. Let's keep moving down to right now, I think the worst fight on this card. Aibun Aslan taking on Rafael Siracuera. I just think this is going to be a pretty bad fight. I haven't been very impressed with any of Aibu's fights, to be honest. And then we have the debut of Rafael. As of right now, you know, even at the end of the video, this might be the worst fight. But as of right now, has to be the worst fight. And because of that, right now, we'll put Dan Ige, Lerone Murphy as the best fight. But it's going to be quickly changed out. But moving down, Farid Basharat versus Victor Hugo. I still think this is going to be a really fun matchup. You know, having any of the Basharat brothers on any card, typically it's going to be a good fight. I think this is going to be a good test for Basharat as well, for Farid. And yeah, just pretty much a good solid fight right here. Let's keep moving down. Said Nurmagomedov taking on Daniel Santos. Again, a good fight here. I think, although to be honest, I think Said is way better than Santos. So hopefully we see like almost like a masterclass from the Said side. I think Said is just miles better than Daniel Santos. Daniel Santos still a good fighter, but I think Said is, again, like top 15 potential, where Daniel Santos maybe not quite there. Let's keep moving down. Renat Fakhendimov taking on Nursultan Rizeboyev. I think it's also going to be a pretty mid fight. I think Renat's going to get this one done pretty easily, to be honest. You know, if Buckley's taking this guy down, Renat is 100% also taking this guy down. Let's keep moving down. We got a new best fight on this card. Robert Whittaker versus Chimaev. Of course, as of right now, this is the best fight by miles, to be honest. Super excited for this fight. A lot of people are are more excited for this fight than the main event, which is crazy because that main event is just insane. One of the best title fights we've had this year. Honestly, might be the best title fight we've had this year, looking at it like realistically. I don't know if there's been a better title fight this year. This might be the best one. But yeah, right now, Chimaev versus Whittaker, 100% the best fight on this card as of right now. And if you guys did watch my prediction video, I'm still kind of torn on who I think is going to win and how. It's such a 50-50 type of matchup, especially because we don't really know what kind of Chimaev is showing up, what level of Chimaev is showing up. Is he going to have better cardio? It pretty much boils down to how good is Chimaev's cardio, and does he need the cardio? How good is Chimaev's cardio, and how good is Whittaker's takedown defense and submission defense gonna be? That's the questions that are gonna be asked this weekend, and hopefully nobody pulls out and this shit stays the same, because I swear if any of these boys pulls out, your boy might kill himself. But let's keep moving down. Abus Magomedov versus Bruna Ferreira. Another, I don't know if I want to crowd this good section. I'm going to put it below Shara Bullet. It's a good matchup. Both these guys have pretty sus gas tanks. It's going to be a good match. I can't put it all at good. You know, I can't put every single fight at good. But as of right now, we'll keep it like this. Maybe we'll do some fine tuning, but right now it's going to be here. Let's go down. Kennedy versus Justin Tafa. People are saying that Chris Barnett's going to be in this fight. UFC still has it at this. I'm keeping it at this. I'm switching it to the worst one. You know, it's either going to be a first round knockout or we're going to see a very boring, heavy grappling heavyweight fight, which I think that's going to happen. So unfortunately, those are one of the worst types of heavyweight fights to watch, and I'm honestly not, I don't care if this fight goes on or not. Let's keep moving down. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Ratchik. Quickly before this fight begins, fuck Magomed. All my homies hate Magomed. Still gonna be a good fight. I'm probably looking towards right here. I'm pretty hyped up for this fight. I'm looking forward to a lot of these fights, except for pretty much these two fights. Even this one, I don't really care that much. But we got two more fights to go to. Second last one on this list. RDA versus Jeff Neal. This is definition of a mid fight, so it's going right here in mid. Jeff Neal, like I said this in my prediction video, I'm going to make it real sweet and obvious for you guys. RDA is 40 years old. I think Jeff Neal is knocking out RDA. Before we finish this list off, we have one more guy. Of course, it's going to go to the best. Let's see if we need to change any of these. So right now, worst by far. Second worst, third worst. I mean, I'll switch these two fights. No, right here is perfect. Perfect. Put this down at mid. Put that above it. I think we're pretty much set here, to be honest. The best one. I've told you guys for a hot minute this is going to be one of the best title fights this year. Super hyped up for this. I still don't know fully confident-wise, if you put a gun to my head, who's going to win. I got no clue. 50-50 type of matchup. I'm still riding with Max Holloway, 4th, 5th round TKO, but at the end of the day, I could also see Ilia Topuria viciously knocking out Max Holloway, which is a sad sight to see. I don't know, but this is my list. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys agree with this list? Who would you switch out for best? Who would you switch out for worst? Also, quickly look at this shit real quick. 99% of you guys watch this for free. Your boy is on that goal to get to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button, like this shit up. Don't forget, we're still doing the rare locks of UFC 308, so if you guys have any rare locks, some shit that's 100% gonna happen in the fights, let me know in the comments below. But with all that being said, boys, there's really not that much else left to say, except for I will see you guys in my next video.